Game 1 of the current series. If you're just starting out, you're in the right place. Pool play from the IEM World Championships once again here. In this game, it's from Pool B, and we have WhiteRa versus MC. Now MC, representing Team SK Gaming, spawning down here is the red Protoss in the 5 o'clock position on GSL's Antigua shipyard, while WhiteRa will be our blue Protoss up in the 11 o'clock position on Antigua shipyard. Now he's from TT Esports, that's Thermaltake's player sponsorship program.
Nice to see some sponsors just picking up individual players even if they aren't on teams, I guess. I drop them pylon. Well, MC also dropping pylons right next to Nexus.
I believe TT is listed as a team, but I'm not sure the extent to, getting into the semantics of what a team represents versus whether it's just a sponsorship.
Yeah, I'm not aware. I couldn't name any other players on their team right now. It seems like it's been a while since we've seen a PvP though. I'm just so used to everyone doing just a forge fast expand against, well, basically any opponent. Gateways going down. And scout probes moving out, so completely mirrored so far.
Yep. Yeah, both these players kind of unique in that, again, as you said, TT Esports isn't much of a team in the normal sense, while MC is in the, I said he represents Team SK, but he is SK's Starcraft 2 division. He's their only player.
He's a good only player to have, I think.
Yep, that he is.
Second pylon's going down. Simulator's going down.
Both probes now coming up the ramp to each other's bases, seeing that they have mirrored each other.
R's probe stealing some minerals.
Your probes are under attack.
And MC's probe stealing some minerals.
Yep, stealing some minerals and a little bit of aggro probe going on.
Yep, Cybercore is going down. It's just still just perfectly mirrored. One zealot getting produced by MC.
Whereas WhiteRa's being a little quicker to get a second gateway.
Yep.
MC's Cybercore finishes up and he is immediately croning out Warp Gate tech, which is the same story at WhiteRa's base.
Yep, MC Zealot comes out getting a few. Oh, actually kills the scout probe. First 3 hits, it was trying to do some damage to an assimilator.
Yeah, WhiteRa is very close to losing one of his own probes there, down to 5 health.
But MC's probe leaving now.
WhiteRa has the extra gateway, but otherwise the builds are fairly standard and similar. And WhiteRa has not done anything in particular with that extra gateway, just now starting to double pump stalkers.
Yeah, both chronoing the cybercores.
Now WhiteRa is... now they're both moving out. MC is moving out with his 1 zealot, 1 stalker. Because WhiteRa is just scouting around with a single stalker.
Yep. WhiteRa has 2 stalkers in production though, while MC is still only producing 1. And a Robo-Bay getting dropped rather than another gateway.
WhiteRa has an extra probe out here waiting to do something, and he does drop a robo facility. Which MC has already had a robo facility on the way, it's already close to halfway done. And now MC is getting the 2nd and 3rd gateways. And Warp Gate tech is just about to finish for both sides. MC is in a more aggressive position, holding the central tower with a zealot and a couple stalkers, as well as his scouting probe. He's also reinforcing with another stalker. MC also now has the Twilight Council on the way, and is getting a 4th gateway. Meanwhile, WhiteRa still just the 2 gateways and the robo facility which just finished.
Yep, MC moving a probe down here to the 12 o'clock position. Looks like he's going to drop a pylon, I'm guessing.
Now, MC's first observer's almost out, whereas WhiteRa has gone for an Immortal first, and he's chronoing
Yep.
it.
The forward pylon does go down to warp units. Rogue Bay getting dropped behind the minerals at WhiteRa's base. And WhiteRa's still just sitting on the 2 gateways. MC's about to be up at 4.
WhiteRa starting a second immortal, also chronoing it. Going straight for an immortal count. Obviously anticipating the Stalker-based play from MC. Now WhiteRa's probe is denied from seeing that proxy pylon. Meanwhile MC sees everything thanks to his observer.
Yep, the next thing in the queue for WhiteRa's robo facility is a warp prism, so it's going to be even longer before he has an observer to take that out with or check it out with.
Now MC drops his expansion to natural. Right as natural. And his stalkers are making their way north. Is he going to reinforce them here and go first and have a blink up with the observer? Looks like he will go first and have a blink up with this observer. And he does. Come into the main.
Yeah, WhiteRa's army very much out of position. Is down on the ramp by his natural.
Yeah, he gets a few quick probe kills. More than a few quick probe kills. He's up to 13 now.
WhiteRa's moving his army out here as if to intercept, but MC's army doesn't really have a reason to run yet.
Yeah, there's 3 zealots here trying to chase these stalkers away, but they micro against them well. All 3 zealots are down. Only 1 stalker lost any meaningful amount of health. A couple more zealots warp in, but they're not going to do any better. These stalkers continuing to do a ton of damage. Here comes an immortal and a sentry, but the stalker's just going to jump out.
Yeah, and the army ends up moving out of position to catch them from when they were running. It's kind of just terrible timing there.
Yeah, MC took no casualty there. He's up to 14 probe kills, and he killed a decent number of zealots.
Yeah, his own natural is done. He's getting mining going on there.
WhiteRa is warping in a couple zealots with his warp prism down in the south at around the 7 o'clock. And they load up into the warp prism. And now that's headed towards MC's mineral line. MC, meanwhile, looks like he's going to... No, I'm not going for another blink up. However, he does have his observers and the stalkers moving around the edges of WhiteRa's base. Exchanges
So let's get
fire.
1 probe.
Zealots forcing the probe line away. Now they're focusing the robo bay. Sentry's trying to kill him. It does not... Yeah, they're not going to be able to snipe that robo facility. And now a force field holds them in and they'll be cleaned up.
WhiteRa warps in a few zealots piecemeal at the natural of MC with warp prism, but it looks like they're going to be just extremely inefficient
Yeah,
and
cleaned up
effective.
very quickly. MC's up to 69 supply to WhiteRa's 50. WhiteRa is the one who's more aggressively deployed. He currently holds the central tower. WhiteRa's units are all by his base, although he has a group of stalkers moving out now. Trying to chase this warp prism. Not going to catch it.
He's also the one with proxy pylon on the map.
Here come those stalkers up under the high ground in the center. Exchange a couple shots with WhiteRa's forces, then blink out. So yeah, currently WhiteRa has 4 zealots, 1 immortal, 12 stalkers, and 4 sentries, while MC has 3 zealots, 2 immortals, Oh, I'm saying this completely backwards. That's MC who has the first number, and then WhiteRa who has 6 zealots, 2 immortals, a colossus, 4 stalkers, and 1 sentry.
WhiteRa looking like he warped in 3 more zealots and picked him up again in his warp prism really quickly. He's going to try to drop him again, but
the ramp,
just going to shut down.
Back to the front though, WhiteRa's small but Colossus-assisted force is trying to push up the ramp to MC's base. MC does not have enough zealots here to hold it, but here come stalkers from the side. They blink down and they're going to snipe the Colossus, and that ends WhiteRa's push, and he GG's out. Yeah,
it was some interesting warp prism play, but it's just a terrible, terrible defense of that first blink stalker push. Just kind of left WhiteRa behind the entire game.
Well, but between...
Not to mention the second base.
Yeah, between the massive success of that blink up with those 6 stalkers, and then he didn't expand, he just was outmassed very dramatically. And then he tried to make something happen in the end there with that little bit of aggression, but there was no way it was going anywhere. And then, you know, the MC's engagement was great. The blink in, sniping the Colossus down, it was just done. Well, that gives it to MC 1-0 as they move on in this little best of 3. We'll see if the Beast from the East can try to come back from this.